And Japan's power producer continued to push to restart the country's 50 nuclear reactors in order to stem financial losses. Costs are soaring as electricity companies continue to burn expensive fossil fuel to meet power demand. Mike Fern reports.
Japan will go nuclear-free this month as the second of 2 operational reactors is taken offline for routine maintenance. The reactors at the Oi power plant have been the only 2 allowed to start since an earthquake and tsunami caused multiple meltdowns at Tokyo Electric's Fukushima Daiichi power plant. The new Nuclear Regulation Authority has drawn up strict safety guidelines that the country's 50 reactors need to meet in order to resume operations. Before the crisis, nuclear power generated 30% of Japan's power, and while the previous government pushed for the phasing out of nuclear, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe backs gradual restarts to about half that capacity.
A number of applications have already been made for restart, so we would expect about 10 reactors to be restarted, say, within 2014, and another 5 to 10, say, in 2015, and then we would have probably a 15% contribution to generated electricity coming from nuclear.
The country's biggest power producer, Tokyo Electric, is heading for its 3rd annual loss unless it gets approval to restart some nuclear reactors. But with widespread public concern over its handling of the crisis at Fukushima, analysts say that's not likely to happen. And they say that anti-nuclear sentiment is likely to make it tougher for any of Japan's power producers to resume nuclear power generation, which means continuing losses.
A lot of these companies from an operational situation are similar to TEPCO in the fact that they're still losing money. Some of them have, actually several of them have now put through rate hikes, but it all is predicated upon nuclear restarting. So unless that happens, they'll probably still run losses, maybe a lot less than they have in the past 2 years, but again, still not back to profitability.
Japan no longer sees the mass anti-nuclear street protests that took place around the country in the year after the Fukushima disaster. And with a comfortable majority in both houses of parliament, Shinzo Abe's argument that nuclear restarts are essential to fuel an economic recovery looks likely to mean that when Japan goes nuclear-free again this month, it won't be for very long. Mike Fern, CCTV, Tokyo.